안 봐서 좌석이 있는지도 몰랐어요. 자, 네, 고맙습니다. 한 시간에 15km는 금방인데.
Along the riverside lane, fallen leaves paint the path like a soft refrain. The crisp breeze kisses my cheeks as it flows, but the warm sunlight wraps me, letting me glow. Yeah, the wind follows the river song, carrying my quiet breath along like the endless stream that gently bends. My heart flows free where the journey golden leaves in the autumn's gentle tide. Dreams carried softly on these two wheels I ride. Drifting with the wind, I let myself unwind on this riverside. My free and endless time, like it. Trees wave, opening paths for me to roam. The clouds above become my traveling home. In the stillness, a bird sings a melody, and my heart turns into peaceful harmony. Wow. The wind follows the river song, carrying my quiet breath along like the endless stream that gently bends. My heart flows free where the journey extends. Now, golden leaves in the autumn's gentle tide. Dreams carried softly on these two wheels I ride. Drifting with the wind, I let myself unwind on this riverside. My free and endless time, love it. The leaves may fall, the seasons may pass, but this moment's peace is built to last. In this fleeting time, my heart set free. A timeless rhythm on the river and me. Golden leaves in the autumn's gentle tide. Dreams carried softly on these two wheels I ride. Drifting with the wind, I let myself unwind on this riverside. My free and endless time. Autumn's river carries my trace away. With wheels and dreams, I find my own way. Story of mine etched in the season's rhyme, flows forever with the river's endless time. Autumn's river carries my trace away, away. With wheels and dreams, I find my own way. This story of mine, etched in the season's rhyme, flows forever with the river's endless time.
해야 돼. 오늘 다리에 쥐가 나는 한이 있더라도 몸이 기억하게 해야지. 기차? 기차 탈 수 있어. 계속 타면 돼, 안 되면. 왼쪽.
Small wheels spinning, freedom on the road. 3-gear folding bike, bound to my own code. Pedaling lightly through the autumn air. Golden leaves surround me, a moment beyond compare. The breeze pats my shoulder, soft and kind. Fallen leaves guide me like almond bloom. The breeze pats my shoulder, soft and kind. Falling leaves guide me, a path I unwind. Slowly, gently, no need to rush. This moment's perfection is more than enough. Riding a Brompton through the autumn glow. Dreams unfold as the little wheels roll. An endless escape, a healing ride. The scenery's a gift on this riverside. My Brompton whispers, take it slow, just ride. No need to race, just let the world slide. Though it falls so small, my joy expands on this journey. I find where I stand. Riding a Brompton through the autumn glow. Dreams unfold as the little wheels roll. An endless escape, a healing ride. The scenery's a gift on this riverside. The riverside ends, I head back home, carrying my folded Brompton, light as foam. With autumn's memories held deep inside, I dream of the next healing Brompton ride.
천천히. 빗바람, 빗바람. 갈 때 방향 봐봐.
차가운 새벽 공기 나를 깨우는 작은 새지적인 기가에만 돌아. 창문 너머 스며든 푸른 빛깔 내 마음을 두드려 페달을 돌려 클릭해 느껴지는 아침의 설렘. 햇살 가득 품은 길을 달려가 이 순간이 마치 꿈속 같은 girl. 두 날개를 달아 하늘을 날아가. Fly away, feel the breeze. Just you and me, feeling free. 같은 길 위에 너와 나란히. Boy, 어쩌면 이거 꿈일까? 두근두근 내 맘. 궁금해 너의 미소, 속 숨겨진 네 맘. 천천히 내게로 스며드는 너의 향기. 바람결에 흩날리는 머릿결, 네 옆에 있으면 모든 게 그냥 좋아. 맑은 하늘 아래 펼쳐진 이 거리, 함께 달리는 이 순간 너무 소중한 girl. Hold my hand, take the lead, riding up high, you and me together.
처음 널 본 순간 모든 게 멈춘 것 같아. 너와 함께라면 어디든 난 달려갈 수 있어. 감출 수 없어 내 마음 너만 바라는 girl. 들어볼래 같이 써 내려갈 만들어가 이야기 달려갈래 함께 만들어갈 저 높이 새로운 길. From the sunrise to the sunset, you're the only one, we ride together.
같은 하늘 아래 같은 풍경 속에 너와 내가 만들어가는 이 길 위에서 함께라면 두렵지 않아. 더 멀리 어디든 함께 갈 수 있어. 저 위를 향해 잡은 손 함께 느끼는 자유. 우리 둘만 아는 이 설렘의 향기. 끝없이 펼쳐진 이 길 위에서 push and pull 하나로 달려가. Together we ride side by side into the light, so up to the sky. Together we ride side by side.
아니. 두 개. 많이 안 들어가.
timeless and new. In your presence I forever pursue. The road winds onward, yet I'm at peace. With you beside me, all doubt cease. No, it's not the pedal, but the glow we chase. In this endless journey, I found my place. Ride with me, feel the rhythm climb. Every breath with you makes the world rewind. It's not the speed or the road we roam, it's the air between us that feels like home. Ride with me, feel the rhythm climb. Every breath with you makes the world rewind. It's not the speed or the road we roam, it's the air between us that feels like home. The breeze, your hair, your voice like a song, calling me closer where I belong. It's not the speed or the road we roam, it's the air between us that feels like home. With me, feel the rhythm climb. Every breath with you makes the world rewind. It's not the speed or the road we roam, it's the air between us that feels like home. The breeze in your hair, your voice like a song, calling me closer where I belong. Each mile we pass feels timeless and new. In your presence I forever pursue. The road with me, feel the rhythm climb. Every breath with you makes the world rewind. It's not the speed or the road we roam, it's the air between us that feels like home. Each curve we trace like dancers in sync. Every glance from you, a moment to think. Not the wheels, not the ride, but the rush of you. My heart dances with all that you do. Each curve we trace like dancers in sync. Every glance from you, a moment to think. Not the wheels, not the ride, but the rush of you. My heart dances with all that you do.
Endless road stretching far and wide. Chilled winds fading, no place to hide. Tired legs and heavy pedals turning, but home is near, my heart is yearning. A distant light shining in the dark, feels like it's calling, leaving a mark. At the end of this road, waiting for me, a warm embrace, my sanctuary. Warm water flows, wraps my weary shoulders, washes away the weight of the boulders. Tired heart, aching feet, bruised and sore, all melt away. I'm dreaming once more. Now I can rest and reach for tomorrow. Slowing down, catching my breath, opening the door to my little mess. Familiar sense, a calming air. This is the moment I long to share. A soft towel touching my hands, wrapping me gently, it understands. Looking at myself in the mirror, I see a smile returning, finally free. Warm water flows, wraps my weary shoulders, washes away the weight of the boulders. Tired heart, aching feet, bruised and sore, all melt away. I'm dreaming once more. Now I can rest and reach for tomorrow. Today's pain is just a passing trace. Tomorrow's sunlight will fill its place. Blurred